Hello, welcome back to Colleen Devs Tech, and today we are going to solve problem 1768, merge strings alternately. And so this isn't part of LeetCode 75. So we have 75 problems for coding interviews, and this is all on LeetCode's website. And so throughout the next couple of days, weeks, I'm gonna go through all the different problems here and then solve them with you. Okay, so let's see what this problem is. So what this problem gives us, we have two inputs. We have two word inputs, which is word 1 and word 2. And this problem is asking us to return the merge string. So our output should be this. And so what this looks like is taking word 1, element 1, and then word 2's element 1, and then alternately putting them into the string. Just like that. Okay, so how do we first tackle this problem? So what we want to do here is we want to get the length of each of the word because the length is going to be the output. Okay, so we want to get the length of word 1 and word 2, and we want to set that into two variables. Okay. We also want to count. Each element and then move along the string. Okay. For each of these. So we'll do that for both. We'll have 2 pointers. So when we look at our first word element, A, we will also alternately look at our word 2 first element and then move along, just like that. So we are going to have 2 pointers. We're going to have 2 pointers starting at the beginning of each word. Okay. We also want to have a place to store the new string, our output. So want a place to store new string. Okay. And then while we're doing this, we also want to iterate through each word, right? So want to iterate through both strings. Okay. And then after that, we want to return the new string. Okay, so now that we have it in pseudocode, let's go ahead and start writing out the code. So first we want to get the length of word 1 and word 2. So the way that we do that is we're going to set up 2 variables. We're going to set up m. This will be the length of our word 1. And so the length of our word 1 is going to be, in this case, it's going to be 3. We have 3 characters, 1, 2, 3. So the length of our word 1 is going to be 3. And then we have our second variable for the other word. So we have the length, word 2. And it is also going to be 3 as well. We're going to have our 2 pointers starting at the beginning of each word. So we'll have pointer I set to 0. We'll make this actually I. And then we'll have j as our second pointer. And so this will be j. So now we have our 2 pointers. We're going to have our result variable. We'll have an empty array to store our string. And then next instruction we have here is we want to iterate through both strings. How do we do that? So we'll say while I is less than m, this is the first word, or j is less than n, we want to do something, okay? So while I, in this case, it's going to be 0, is less than m, which is 3, or j, which right now is 0, is less than n, which is also 3, we want to do something. Okay, so if we say if I is less than m, which we know is 0, is less than 3, we want to do this. We want to push the value of our index to the result for word 1. So what does this look like? Okay, what we want to do is we want to take the first I element, the value of this, and we want to push into our empty result array. So this will actually look like this. A. I is A. We're pushing that in. And then after we do that, we want to move to the next element, which will be B. So the way that we write that is I plus equals 1. And this will move along to B. Okay, and we also want to say if J, now that we're looking at our second word, is less than N, we want to do similarly the same thing. So I'm just going to copy this, put that there, change this to 2 and this to J. So what this is now, okay, we want to push J, index of J's value, P, into our result. So now that looks like this, P. So now we have index I, A, and index J is P. Okay, and we're going to keep looping through because now this is going to be 1. So we're moving to the next one. So now we have B. Then this one is going to be Q. And then this will become C. And then this will become R. And now we've reached the end of our loop because we are at the end of our length of our array. And what we want to do, so right now our result array looks like this, but this is not a string. So the way that we want it to become a string is we want to return it in this way. We're going to use a method. So right now we're going to put in return join result. So what this is it takes our array and it makes it into a string. It takes our result array, we put it in here in the join method, and it stringifies it. It makes it into a string. So this should work. I'm just going to put this back into an empty array, and let's run this code. Okay, thing looks right. Okay. Okay, perfect. It accepted. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll go through the other LeetCode problems. I'm trying to do it daily, so thank you for joining me until tomorrow or until next. Thanks.